podcast video again this week to explain reading response number 3, especially for those of you that want to get ahead, because I know this is a lot to do. Just again, to manage your expectations, I really know that summer school is at an intense pace. And again, I want to give you everything that I would do in a normal semester. So when you see what you're going to have to do for reading response number 3, you have to keep in mind we have 3 classes a week, which is equivalent to 3 weeks in a normal semester. So if you can imagine, this would normally, I would pace this over 3 weeks, but the reality is I'd like you to complete all this in 1 week, but I'm actually giving you this about 2 weeks ahead, so watch the due date. But you're going to complete 3 tasks, and I feel this is pretty clear cut, but I just want to make sure for those of you that like to hear the oral directions, that's why I'm offering this screencast. So task 1 right here, click on this site. The first thing that you're going to do is you're simply going to download the Teaching Tolerance Social Justice Standards. Whoops, I just saw a typo. And read them all. And it's not too bad. So let me show you here. Once you come on this website, in fact, you should bookmark this page or print them, because we use these not just in my class, but throughout our entire secondary program. And they are going to be fabulous for your classroom. So I'm super excited for you to be introduced, if you haven't already learned about the social justice standards. They are the anti-bias framework that the Southern Poverty Law Center puts out, and I've been using teaching tolerance since the 1990s when I was a classroom teacher, and I forever became a change teacher because of the work that teaching tolerance has done. So please know that they just have a quick table of contents, and where all of the main action is on this page. I believe it's 3 or 5, where you have the anchor standards, and you're going to become very familiar with these standards through some modules. We're going to be actually using, you're going to select one of these standards. So as you just glance through them and read through them, see if certain ones stand out to you that you think you want to teach with the lens of this social justice within an English language arts or a social studies classroom or science classroom or whatever, or world language, whatever you teach. So just, again, there's not much here. You're really going to scan them. And really the significant page is this page. So you'll be going back and forth to this site. So that's why you want to become familiar with these. Okay, the next task is you're actually going to go on to the Teaching Tolerance website, and you're going to complete 2 wonderful modules. This is 2 of 4 modules that you're going to be completing this summer. And the first 2, we're going to be, once again, we're looking at the concept of identity. You've done so much work with identity, and I'm hoping at the end of this module, you're going to be considering yourself almost an expert on identity and how you think of the pragmatic ways that you have to know this as a teacher. And again, both of these links take you to these modules, and there are already activities, objectives, and what I like is these go deepers. So make sure that you think about all of these little activities that they have set up here. I am not collecting any of the answers. I want you to take notes in the most meaningful way that is helpful for you to get the answers. Watch each of these videos and then continue to go deeper and make sure that you can answer these questions. They give you these little scenarios that I've been through all of these modules, and I had a blast doing them, so that I hope you do too, as they made me excited to think about how I would work with this in my own classroom back in the day. They didn't have this particular website when I was teaching, but I used to get their magazines every month. In fact, you can get their free, they have so many, everything that they offer in Teaching Tolerance is free. And I think that's why I became addicted to them when I was a classroom teacher, because they were one of the free resources I received. And boy, has this organization done so much. So really, again, pay very close attention to all these teachers in these videos and take good notes, and that's pretty much it. And then the next one is called Unpacking Diversity, and again, it reads the same way as the Unpacking Identity. So have fun with those. Take notes. There is nothing for you to turn in. I trust that you will complete these modules. You're going to need approximately 4 hours, give or take. Some of you are faster readers. But when you write your notes, again, these are for your eyes only. If you want to turn them into me, that's fine, but I trust that you will do those. But where I'm bringing some accountability in is you are going to bring these notes to class. And again, some people have photographic memories. That's why I offer, if your notes are all in your mind, just bring your brain to class. But if you're like me, I have to write everything down. So take any note form that is helpful for you. Screenshots even work. We're going to have an in-class writing strategy that I will give you points for to make sure that you engaged with these. And here are 2 modules, notes that you can keep in mind. So just, I said, make extra sure that you're paying attention to Geneva Gay, that Robert and Anna, those 2 teachers in there. Make sure that you stop, apply, and reflect, because I might be asking you about that. And if you have taken good notes, you'll be able to answer my in-class writing prompt, and that's what I'll collect. So I hope that makes sense. So that's task 1, download the teaching tolerance. Task 2, complete the 2 modules on these 2 links. And then your third task, it requires a lot of reading, but again, I love these readings. Again, there's a separate PDF file for chapter 1, 2, 3, and 4 from a book called Subject Matters, and it's by Daniel Zenzelman. And what I want you to do is pick your favorite chapter. So I trust that you're going to read it all, but pick your favorite. And then I want you to do what's called a one-pager. A one-pager is a literacy strategy. Again, it is something that I hope you will use in your classroom. And so that's why I want you to first put your student hat on and experience it as a student. So how to complete a one-pager. This is a super way to get creative, and there's no right or wrong way. So really, these are just guidelines. So let's say your favorite chapter was chapter 4. First thing you'll do on your one-pager is it'll be apparent somewhere that you'll have that you selected chapter 4. Let me know which one you selected. And then you're going to select 2 quotes from that chapter that you think represents the essence of the chapter. So direct quotes from the authors. And again, the authors are Daniels and Zellerman. Somewhere on this page, some of you might want to handwrite this. If you like to do that, you can do it in Word. You can do it in a PowerPoint presentation. I don't care the format, but whatever allows you to use your digital tools in the best way that makes sense to you, as long as this creation is 1 page, no more than 1 page. So just get your 2 quotes somewhere on a page. The next thing you're going to do is, based on the essence of the entire chapter, the main idea that you take away from it, you're going to illustrate your representation. This means, for those of you that love art and are good at art, you can literally draw. That's why some of you might want to do hand, paper, pens, pencils, colors, whatever you use, paint. Some of you, like me, if you're like me, I love clip art from Google. You can upload photos, whatever you need to do. Somewhere when I look at your one-pager, I should see something, some kind of illustration. It can be small scale. It could be dominate the entire page. It can be concrete or abstract. Just be creative. When I look at your one-pager, it should very much be clear to me, wow, I know they read chapter 2, because that couldn't be a better visual representation for their understanding. So have fun with that. No one-pager is ever the same, simply based on the fact that the illustrations are always different. So visualize your reading is essentially what this is visualize it. Next, write 4 single words. Somewhere on this one-pager, there needs to be 4 single words that express your opinion, that your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions around what you read in this chapter, in this text. So please have fun with that as well. As long as you do that, you will be meeting the requirements. I don't care what 4 single words it is, but it should be very clear to me that that was your thoughts. Also, you're going to make one personal statement that was inspired by your reading. Again, a personal statement is usually 1 or 2 sentences, max. Something that is showing me the evidence that you staked your claim and what inspired you about the reading. And then you're also going to write 2 questions. And 2 questions simply means these could be questions to the author, new questions you now have from doing this reading that just are philosophical in nature, rhetorical. Maybe you have questions to your classmates or something you want to further ask me about. Again, questions means that you're engaging and you're connecting and being curious about the topics that were discussed in this work. So, bottom line, complete these 5 steps all into 1 page, and hence you have a 1-pager. So, if I see 2 quotes, check mark. If I see that you've illustrated your interpretation, check mark. If you have 4 single words on your 1 page, you've completed the 3rd step. If I see a personal statement and I see 2 questions, you will get full credit for your 1-pager. And also, just go for it. And I can't wait to see your 1-pagers. Then please upload that. This is the only thing you're uploading for the 3rd week. Upload it to the assignment box, but bring your 1-pager to class because you're going to be sharing with everyone. We're such a small class. Normally I would do it in small groups, but you're going to share to everyone. And ask me any questions. And last but not least, remember in this program, we have you keep an annotated bibliography because once you get to student teaching, you're going to have to do a lot of writing. And hopefully, a year from now, when you guys are, or less than a year, a couple semesters in, when you're into student teaching, maybe you're going to do something in your writing and you're going to go, oh, what was that chapter that I did my 1-pager on? Oh yeah, that's the Daniels and Zellerman text. Here is the APA citation. I already made it for you. But here's some quotes and notes. Your 1-pager can suffice. Again, this is for you. So just make sure that you keep all your work because this work is to be built on as you develop and go through our entire program. So if you have the habit of mind of keeping all of your readings organized, having all your APA citations, when you write your full academic papers, you will be so happy with yourself. So again, that's why we do these annotated bibliographies. Anyway, I think that's it. Again, you're completing 3 tasks, but you're only turning in 1 thing. You are creating a 1-pager from a choice of these 4 readings, and you are writing notes and even though you're not turning them in, you are bringing them to class. So those are the 2 things, and I'll send reminders, but I hope you found this helpful.